I am going to 64 bits or less for the fourth time with my good buddy Corey, and we are driving a few hours on I-5 going south to check out this amazing small game event at the Benton County Fairgrounds in Corvallis, Oregon. And I wanted to show you kind of what a smaller game expo looks like. It's been around a while, and Eric is a good friend who organizes it with his crew, and really wanted to show you kind of this cool event if you're in the area. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be there next year. So yeah, I want to show this. It's about 25 vendors and an awesome free play area. I'm going to show you that. I've showed this on my channel in previous years, but maybe you didn't see it. This awesome neighbor of mine, Bricks and Joysticks, has a game store in Albany, and you know what? Fantastic guy, and had some good product there as well. Check it out, laser scope there. And so I attend these shows and I bring my homebrew and aftermarket games. I also ship. So if you want to contact me through my email, which I'll put in the description, you can check those out, as I have people ask me from time to time. And so yeah, I offer my homebrew and aftermarket games that way as well. You don't have to just be at a show to get those. Anyways, awesome, amazing product. It was very diverse product at this show. Everything from Atari to Xbox, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, kind of your common stuff for sure, but there was some neat oddities at this expo as well. Interactive Vision, don't see those every day. There were some Microvision games my friend Corey was offering. Those went fast. But Atari 5200, was a lot of Atari 5200 at this show, which was odd. There was everything from, the new Evercade Versus, which was nice to see that. Prices were negotiable. At a small time show, typically the consumer does have the advantage as there's less people attending. This awesome table had some amazing, G.I. Joe Transformers, Ghostbusters, you name it. Lots of 80s toys, but some game stuff as well. I see a Rebel Transport back there. Some Star Wars carrying case for figures. That's awesome to see. Yeah, it's just stuff I haven't seen in a long time. There was a decent amount of VHS and toys. Lots of Sega Genesis and some Saturn at this expo. And so no matter what you're into, I see that Cuphead lunch pail there. That's kind of sweet. Yeah, so just looking around, just want to show, what does a smaller game expo look like? And this is just a small example, and your region might be different, and each region in the States offers something a little different. Video games weren't dispersed evenly, so in your area you might have an overabundance of something, or it might have a collector theme that might be different in other areas. So on West Coast, you typically find more Xbox, but it all depends. But yeah, there was a lot of Sega Genesis at this expo. I think Sega Genesis has continued to be popular because typically it is a little bit less to collect value-wise than Nintendo. There was 3D printed stuff. There was a Sega Saturn. It was nice to see that. And, no matter what you were into, you could probably find something at this expo. It was nice seeing people with their lists going around looking for specific games. Check out another 5200 with a custom controller. That was awesome. This gentleman definitely was excited that I brought my homebrew 5200 game. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see that. Some vintage 2600s and a whole bunch more. Decent amount of common Atari stuff, but yeah, no matter what you're into, this expo has a little bit of everything. Custom controllers, you could control the light color using a phone app. I thought that was kind of nifty. But yeah, I also saw several old friends, and it was really nice to touch base and talk to them. As you know what, expos like this are a lot of hard work to put on. I put an expo on myself, if you didn't know, for almost 10 years, and for charity, and it concluded it in 2019 due to time. And so yeah, check it out, another box Atari 5200. with some other Xbox 360 collectibles, some Jaguar controllers, Odyssey 2, and a whole bunch more. This gentleman here had a bunch of like bundles. He also had a TurboGrafx 16, but before I went over his table, it was gone. And so, yeah, sometimes you can get some really good deals. This was a 2-day event, so on the second day for sure. Pokemon cards, as I know there's a lot of crossover into video games, and so it was really nice to see Double Jump Video Games attending this expo. It was nice to see Abby and crew at it. Super nice store. They're friends of mine, and you know what? They had some great product as well. So if you're a fan of Double Jump Video Games, they have a great store in Vancouver, Washington. You can check it out. They have an online store as well. So yeah, some 32X there represent Game Boy Advance, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, and you know what? Every vendor had something a little different. It was a nice collection of different items. Check out the Super Nintendo bundle, Walmart bundle there. That's awesome. I was scared to ask how much that was, but yeah, that's kind of neat. Came with all the extras too. That's pretty sweet. The same salesperson had a Pac-Man tabletop in box, and it was pretty good price. So prices typically from vendors was negotiable. As I mentioned before, some box Nintendo games, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, as well as some others there, some Game Boy. Nice to see box Game Boy, as typically those boxes are a little bit harder to find. Yeah, it's pretty good shape. Didn't have the internals to it, but still a good price. All right, let's talk about the free play area, because 64 bits or less isn't just about vendors offering their product. It has a pretty robust play area that's passionately put together. I've talked about this in previous years. In the back, and this was open after hours for people to play as well. Everything Atari and television, the classics were represented. ColecoVision, sorry for the poor lighting, it was dimly lit in the back, and I didn't want to turn on a light or anything and interrupt people's gaming experience. They had a huge big screen that people were playing Smash on. There was some GoldenEye there. It was kind of their setup. They have a very iconic setup that they have for free play areas, a couple arcade machines, and it was really enjoyed by many people. And typically this fills up after the vendor area shuts down at 5, and it's open for hours after that. Check it out, Custom Cubert right there. They have a tournament on certain games. It's Donkey Kong Joust and Galaga. You know what, I was gonna participate in. I've participated in those in the past, but I didn't this time because, you know, I just was busy talking to friends and checking out other things. But yeah, they typically do a tournament. They also had a light gun area with CRTs and lots of light gun games where you could check those out. It's pretty challenging to continuously offer this setup on an annual basis. People don't realize that how difficult it is to keep electronics working. Really nice classic PC setup as well. So they had, you know, Atari 8-bit, they had IBM PC, VIC-20, they had TRS-80, TI-99. Really nice to see that. As you know what, I am a big fan of the classic TI-99, and I really wanted to experience that for sure. And I did go back and play that a little bit. So Commodore 64 there, and classic IBM PC. Really awesome to see that setup, as you don't see classic PC setups as much, and so it was really clean and well done. And this was very busy. Definitely people wanted to check it out. Nice to see Demon Attack on the TRS-80 color computer. So yeah, so definitely had a blast. I'm really glad I went and connected with some old friends, and I wanted to just show you kind of what a small game expo looks like. This is typically what you find at a smaller event, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have some awesome stuff. And definitely thank you to all the organizers and people involved. Really enjoyed doing this video. Thank you so much for viewing this video. If you like what you see, please please consider hitting like and subscribe button and clicking the bell as I'm uploading videos every week. Folks are wonderful and beautiful. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.